Deidre, hello, my name is Kevin, I am the Dapper Man, and today I'm going to be talking about the science fiction horror film that is very well known for creature feature films, and many creature feature films has followed this type exact movie to the blueprint because it has such a wonderful presentation, execution, and story throughout. You can't help but this is the best when it comes time for creature feature films. That is the movie Them. It was released on June 15th, 1954. It was directed by Gordon Douglas. Gordon Douglas directed mostly just westerns, drama, and a couple of some war films. He never directed the science fiction horror. This is his first and last science fiction horror film he directed. I very much enjoy his direction in this film because it has him outstepping his certain boundaries from a certain genre that he was so used to directing, and it works very well for this film. For those who don't know what the film's about, it is a film about radioactive ants that has been grown to 10 feet tall in length due to the radioactive testing and bomb sites in the outskirts of New Mexico. And it is, well, what it is. These ants attack the people of New Mexico and start reaching out as they grow in colony. As their size starts growing, they go to the outskirts of Los Angeles until they start getting to the city, and that's where this movie starts pumping up all of that wonderful cheesiness, action, and great action scenes that you can get from a creature feature film, especially seeing the creatures, which is ants. Now this film does star James Whitmore, which many people will remember James Whitmore for his role as grandfather in the 1974 classic film Where the Red Fern Grows, and he also starred in The Shawshank Redemption in 1994. It also stars James Arness, which he is the original Thing off The Thing from Another World in the 1951 film, and he did other films along with that. Mostly he is most well known for is the Matt Dillon character and the movie and TV shows called Gunsmoke, which is almost every person who ever watched westerns will eventually watch Gunsmoke, and you'll see him in that role. Joanne Weldon is a very lovely actress. This is her most well-known movie she's ever done. She's done many and plenty of westerns, but this is her most significant role into a film. This film was represented in both color and in 3D. Unfortunately, the studio backed down just a few days beforehand because they realized the expense of this film and they had a fear of not making its profit back, so they went to the black and white celluloid film, and they had two cameras on set. These two cameras, well, they had multiple cameras, but they had two cameras set up for 3D because whenever you do a 3D, you have camera A, camera B, filmed side by side, so that way when you film it, you put it together, you can create the 3D effect, such as like that of the Creature from the Black Lagoon and the Vincent Price movie House of Wax. Unfortunately, with this film, the second camera didn't turn out in this filming. It was out of focus. Prints didn't turn out well, so they just scrapped the idea. So it became a black and white film. However, I guess because we can get color, they did the color sequence for the lettering Them as the beginning of the movie. I guess it's a tease or something, I don't know. I mean, it's a great move, but it would be nice to see this film in color. Well, I'll take that back. I actually enjoyed watching this movie in black and white. I would think I would furthermore enjoy watching this movie and 3D, because in 3D, I think it would bring out the fun for this movie due to the flame torches and the ants coming at you along with the people as they're fighting them off. I think that would work perfect. There are films that were never made in 3D, and this film was essentially made for 3D, so they can still do it if they desire and wish to. I would love to see it. After all, we did get films like Titanic, which I don't recall a single soul ever requesting or desiring to see that in 3D. But that is me. Let's make this movie a 3D. Let's do it. We can do it. One of the things that really works for this film is the build-up. The build-up to the anticipation of watching the ants. You already know it's going to be the ants because it shows it in the posters, the movie trailers, and everything else. Even for the time, everyone knew it was giant-sized ants. It was just that build-up, and that's what one of the things I said earlier. It works as a blueprint for horror films. You show snippets, you show bits, you show pieces without even really showing the creature until the creature actually comes, which is 30 minutes into the film, and it works just fine. The camera angles are perfect. I love how when the camera zooms in the sewer parts and also and certain areas of the film when it focuses on the girl's face when she gets traumatized from seeing the ants. It works fantastic because Them is one of my favorite movies of all time. Favorite creature feature film, science fiction. I had to own it on Blu-ray, and because of this Blu-ray, I have to say I am not very happy with the quality that's presented into this Blu-ray because it outstretches the original aspect ratio into a widescreen picture because this movie was not filmed in widescreen. However, I did own the DVD, and I unfortunately threw away the DVD case because I had to put my movies together into one, as I did right here, and I'm actually disappointed I did it. However, I would say the DVD has the better quality of the physical media than the Blu-ray, which is very sad because when you outstretch the picture, it produces much grain, and some of the pictures look a bit more blurry, as the DVD edition doesn't look blurry. It looks perfect, and in fact, the DVD menu looks better than the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray is very slap paste and everything else. Same exact amount of special features. It has the same trailers, has the same feature showing behind the scenes of how they filmed them. Sad that there's no historian documentary or anything else commentary onto the edition that the Warner Brothers has released, but I think it would be a nice addition and something that Criterion Arrow Video may pick up eventually. I would love to see that happen, and to actually release this film onto the proper format, into the proper transferring that it deserves. Now, as any of you have known from my previous videos, this movie does not have a rating because it was not during the time of ratings. So this movie, if you want to give it a rating, it would be kind of PG, more of a G-like, because there is barely any violence inside, and it's very tame compared to today's film. Even much more mild compared to Disney PG films today. So if you want to know what's inside a film, here is what's inside. Nevertheless, I would say definitely watch this movie, and it's actually a movie worth owning. Now, as I say, worth owning, it is more worth owning onto the DVD. So if you are desired to watch DVD, I'm very sure it is somewhere online through Movies Anywhere app or Vudu or whatever it is that many of you have watched it to own. It's worth it. I enjoyed it. It's fun, great popcorn movie, and something to watch, especially late at night, and enjoy, because this is going to be the best of the creature feature films, if not the best, one of the best. I still try to debate what's the best for me, because this would be like my top 5 favorite of those type of films, and I very much enjoy it. So I hope that if you have not watched this film, you get to. And if you have not seen a creature feature film, this would be a great time to start. If you have seen any of these creature films, what is your favorite creature films that you have ever seen? Let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from it, because I would love to respond back and talk about this, because this is one of my favorite genres for films. That's all I have for this review. I hope that you have a lovely day and that you enjoy. And hopefully I'll see you around to the next review. So be sure to subscribe, like, and all that other great, wonderful, lovely things that you do here on the interwebs. So take care. Cheers.